The AEC Blueprint 2025 chart ASEAN Economic Integration Priorities from 2016 to 2025. As mandated in the blueprint, a midterm review was carried out to assess progress in the first 5 years, to identify gaps and lessons learned, and guide the way forward. The midterm performance of the blueprint is measured across its 5 broad aspirations or characteristics, namely to achieve a highly integrated and cohesive economy, a competitive, innovative and dynamic ASEAN, enhanced connectivity and sectoral cooperation, a resilient, inclusive, people-oriented and people-centered ASEAN, and a global ASEAN. The midterm review was a comprehensive and rigorous exercise involving assessment of the macro landscape, 23 sectoral work plans, 370 key performance indicators, surveys of 640 foreign and ASEAN businesses, over 400 external studies, and focus group discussions with 15 business councils and 17 research institutes. Out of more than 1,700 action lines across 5 characteristics, 54.1% have been completed, and 34.2% are ongoing. Between 2016 and 2020, several key outputs have been delivered across the AEC. Among them are the launch of the ASEAN Open Skies, adoption of the ASEAN Declaration on Innovation, adoption of NTM guidelines, ASEAN Digital Integration Framework Action Plan, operationalization of the ASEAN Single Window, signing of the ASEAN Agreement of Electronic Commerce, operationalization of ASEAN Customs Transit System, signing of the ASEAN Trade in Services Agreement, and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. The progress of AEC is reflected across key performance indicators. ASEAN GDP has grown annually by more than 5% per year for the past 5 years. ASEAN, collectively, is now the 5th largest economy in the world. The average time to start a business in the region has generally shortened. ASEAN has become financially more inclusive. Digital connectivity has improved. And ASEAN is on a good track to meet its energy intensity reduction target set for 2025. Businesses surveyed stressed that to accelerate economic integration, improvements were needed in harmonization of standards and regulations, removal of non-tariff barriers, simplification of customs procedures, and tariff elimination. Half of foreign and ASEAN businesses indicated that they will increase investment in ASEAN over the next 5 years. Less than 4% of foreign businesses indicated they would reduce investment. This is motivated by a growing middle-class market, ease of doing business, infrastructure improvement, stable political and economic environment, and regional integration initiatives. The midterm review provides 12 recommendations across 3 themes. 1. Address overarching elements and cross-cutting issues. 2. Strengthen ASEAN centrality and resilience. And 3. Keep AEC inclusive and sustainable. Recommendations include to strengthen coordination, monitoring and evaluation mechanisms, elevate the ambition of sectoral cooperation, and strengthen stakeholder engagement. The midterm review has 5 key messages to guide us through the second phase of AEC 2025. While good progress has been made, more needs to be done. Improve response to cross-cutting issues. Embark on broader and more meaningful engagements. Use past lessons to inform future direction. Embrace and adapt to new developments and trends. In 2021, ASEAN begins the second phase of implementation of AEC 2025. The post-COVID-19 world will be one where digital transformation will be an indispensable growth strategy, where inclusion and sustainability will no longer be an option but an imperative, and where multilateralism and the spirit of partnership and cooperation must be upheld. By 2025, the AEC would have been in place for a decade. There will be wide expectations for meaningful economic integration in the ASEAN. ASEAN must do more, do faster, and do better. The ASEAN Economic Community. A shared vision by the ASEAN people for the ASEAN people.